This day 3 of the special crime session in Baton Rouge at the state capitol. Soon, the House Criminal Justice Committee will get back to debating several bills introduced by Governor Jeff Landry. One bill heads to the full House, making it harder for people to get out of jail, even if evidence proves their innocence post-conviction. One man who testified against that bill shared his story yesterday.
Time limitations is very important. I stayed in prison 36 years, and 2 years after being convicted, I presented this evidence that showed that I could not have been the perpetrator of this crime.
Several more measures are up for debate when the lawmakers return to the state capitol this morning, and we're making sure to hear from lawmakers and advocates on both sides of the aisle. Joining us via Zoom is Senator Pat Connick, who's up in Baton Rouge right now. Senator Connick is joining us from Baton Rouge. And in the studio is Sarah Omojola. She's the director of the Vera Louisiana. That's a nonprofit criminal justice research group. Thank you both for coming this morning. We do appreciate that. First of all, let's start with you, Senator Connick. What do you think is the most important thing that will come out of this special session? And are you hopeful that it will help reduce crime?
Good morning, Eric. The main thing we're looking at in this session is putting victims' rights over those of the criminals. Right now, we have like the governor testified to or told us that the balance has swung to protecting the criminals, and that's got to change. And I think that is the message that this session is going to deliver. That we're going to protect the victims, and we're going to have the police protect the police. And if you commit a crime, you're going to go to jail for a long time.
And if we get over to Sarah, what are your biggest concerns about this session? And do you think it'll help? Everybody wants to reduce crime, obviously.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here and talking about this. What we know is that Louisianans really want us to get serious about safety, and unfortunately, none of the bills that have been presented this session for this special session are actually going to help us do that. In order to be serious about safety, we need to prevent crime, we need to respond to crisis, and we need to make sure that our communities are safe. And so these bills will just extend sentences. They'll make our prisons bigger. They will grow the population in our jails. And we know, and very many Louisianans, actually a poll was just done about this, that very many Louisianans know that longer sentences don't correlate with safety. And the other thing that is really important to note is that because of the 2017 criminal justice system reforms, we have actually been able to give millions and millions of dollars into the Crime Reparations Fund. So this session is a wrong strategy to make sure that we're preventing violence.
Okay, on that point, Senator Connick, when Governor Landry addressed the special session, he said one of the things he did say was he wants to try and prevent more people from getting into criminal life than just incarcerating people. Are there any bills that address that concern?
Well, not specifically. I think there's some, some bills out there that's going to help if you're in jail and you want to get out of jail. Go take some courses and change your life. So those bills are out there. I kind of disagree with the other guest. Right now, juveniles, the crimes being committed a lot are those juveniles 16 and 17 years old. DAs are prevented from charging 17-year-olds as adults. That's going to change.
Not always, because in the Fricky case, they were charged as adults.
Well, not in the case, but this is going to be expand that. So they're going to be able to, the DAs will not have any discretion. That's what the law is proposed to change. So right now, the juveniles have no, they could commit an armed robbery or break into a house, and there's no consequences for their actions. This will give they're going to go to the adult court, and I think that's going to hopefully discourage those types of crimes from being committed. And if they commit a crime, they're going to go pay the price.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say I would love to address that. That bill was in hearing yesterday, and actually it doesn't give district attorneys any discretion. District attorneys, when a young person commits a crime that is violent, can actually transfer them to the adult system. That bill doesn't do that, and it does cover nonviolent crimes. it covers misdemeanors, it covers a lot of different things. And what we know about youth is that they are different. Regardless of what they end up doing, we know that their brains take time to develop. When I was 17, I was a very different person than I am now at this different age that I am. And so I know that people can change, and we all know that people can change. Study after study has shown us that. So those bills don't actually do a lot of what has been stated by Senator Connick. And with all due respect, I think when we look into these bills and we really see what they're doing, they do remove discretion, they do apply to nonviolence, they expand our jails and our prisons, and we know, all of Louisiana knows, and the majority of us know, that it is really, really important for us to reduce our...
And let me move on to another topic. House Bill 12 and Senate Bill 1 would allow anybody over the age of 18, anybody, to carry a concealed weapon anytime, anywhere. I don't see how that, or some wonder how that is actually going to help reduce crime. Senator?
Well, it is going to help people protect themselves from criminals, and that's the purpose of the legislation. Other states do it. We are one of the last states in the South to propose it. It's going to pass, Eric. That bill is going to pass. They may raise the age to 21, and this is the process that, the bills are still moving. Things are going to be amended onto them. That's going to help them get better.
So if I can interject, I mean, do you feel comfortable with being in the quarter, a packed quarter, and everybody can carry a gun?
That is being, if you looked at the testimony, there's some restrictions still there. You can't go into a ballroom with them. You can't drink with a concealed carry. Those are the some limitations are there. So listen, people have presented their need to protect themselves, and they have a right by the Constitution to have that done. This governor is pushing that agenda, and it's going to pass. So, like it or not, you're going to have concealed carry without a permit in Louisiana shortly.
All right, quickly, Sarah.
Yeah, I think this just goes back to this session not doing anything to keep us safe and not improve safety or prevent violence. And again, many of these bills will cut millions of dollars to crime victims reparations and other community programs with no return on safety, and we actually cannot afford it. Two of the bills that'll be looked at today have $1 billion price tag together, HB 9 and HB 10, to remove parole from being anyone being eligible for parole. So we really actually have to slow things down and really think about how this will affect and impact victims and not make us any safer.
Okay, appreciate both of you coming on, and I assume we'll end this with you'll agree to disagree on a number of these topics.
I mean, we'll continue to work to make sure that we're doing smart things.
Senator, thank you.
Same here.
All right, Senator, Sarah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be following this third day of the special session. You can see coverage online and in later newscasts on Channel 4.